So welcome back. So in the last video, we were able to use the local storage and store whatever thing the user type inside this expense. So let's say now, let's say transport. Let's say transport, maybe I'm spending maybe 600,000 annually on transport. So let me add. So it's going to add it. So even if you refresh the page, everything is intact on the page here. So what I'm going to look here in the video is maybe how to delete an item. Maybe there's item inside the expense list you want to remove. So let's see how to do something like that here. So we're going to update the UI of this. We're going to add a delete a trash button here. That's going to remove it for you. So let's go back to the script.js here. So inside the expense list here, so we're going to add a button after the spam here. We're going to add a button here. I'm going to say button. I'm going to create a button. So here, let's paste it here. What am I doing? Control B to bring it back. Paste it here. Paste it. Okay. So the lazy type here. Okay. So this is closing. This is opening tag of it here. Okay. So now here I'm going to create an event here on click. On click. So once this is click, we want to call a function here. So I'm going to say delete expense is going to be a function which we are going to create later on here. So we're going to pass a parameter to it here. So I'm going to pass this parameter, the dollar sign, then the index of this particular array, particular div here. Okay. So I'm going to use the font awesome for the trash bin here. So just follow with me here. Okay. So let me see here now. So I'm going to give it a class, call it class, and I'm going to say fa solid. I'm going to fa trash. Okay. So that's it for this. So let's save it. Let's go back to the browser and refresh to see what we have. So Ctrl R. Then maybe we have an error somewhere else. So let me see. Go back and see. Let's the index is not defined. Index is okay, fine. Forgot to add it inside this expenses. Okay, I'm going to, since I just didn't pass the parameter here, so here index. Okay, my bad. So Ctrl S to save it. So let's go back to the browser and refresh to see what we have. Okay, fine. You see we have our trash bin here. So now the user can click on it because we are here to create the functionality of it. So that's why I see it somehow like this here. Okay. So fine now here. So now we're going to create a function that's going to slice it out. Okay. So let's go back to the script.js here. So now you see we have to save here. So let me say to remove or delete expense. Okay. Let's say delete expense here. So constant. So you call the function just like how we call the function here. So delete expense. That's the how the function. So make sure the spelling is right. Delete expense. Okay. Delete expense. Then since we are passing the parameter index to it, so we index and arrow sign. Then we create the block of code here. So inside it here, these expenses here, I want to splice. I've already learned about the splice here. Okay. So the index of it here, the index of that particular loop, I'm going to splice one item from it here. Okay, so you can go and remove the splice and the slice method. Okay, so after removing it, I want to call this function save expenses. I'm going to call this method render to automatically update it here. Okay, so let's see if everything is working perfectly. So Ctrl S to save it. Let me move all these functions up here. So that's going to perfect. Okay, all the functions should be at top here. Okay, so fine here. Okay, so now we see we have everything here. So let's see if everything is working perfectly. So this is the method for the delete here. That's a good essence of comment here. So make sure to making your comment to make your work much more better, so they're more readable. So let's save it. Let's go back to the browser and see what we have here. So let me open my console in case of any error to debug it here. So let's see rent here. Let me click on it. It has been removed. School fees, groceries. If I save it here, see everything is intact here. Okay, fine. If I refresh it, you see we don't have clothing here. If I delete it here, the clothing, transport has been removed here. If I click on the toggle here, see I've changed it to dark mode. So let me add, let's say clothing. So let's say maybe I'm spending 500,000 of clothing. Click on it here. See, it has been added here. So let me say for health. Maybe I'm spending, say let me just budget 700,000 per year annual. That's been added here. Okay, so if I want to delete, I'll just click on delete. It's going to delete it for us if I edit everything here. Okay, so fine. You see, we are done with the expense tracker app, but you can modify it to your taste. So I think that's the end of the expense tracker app. So in this video, we're going to quickly look at JavaScript map. We're going to learn about map or the expense tracker app. We are done with it because basically all the functionality have been built here. Okay, so fine. So thank you all for watching. If you find this tutorial useful, don't forget to share with friends. Till we meet in the next video.